Welcome to what I think is the 5th episode. We'll just say it's 5,
Yep.
and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but to the 5th episode of Too Twisted for TV, I want to introduce to you one of our storm chasers, Zack Hardcastle. Great to have you, Zack.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
From Cabot?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we've had Scott Hollinger.
Yeah.
Hollinger. What? I keep doing that.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
don't know why.
I don't know which one it is.
Hollinger has had him on here just last week with 3 of his best tornado videos, and I said, Zack, send me 3 of your best tornado videos.
Yeah.
He's our chaser, one of our chasers here at KARK, and I'm trying to get Jesse Hayes on here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be really too twisted for TV,
Yes,
to be honest
is.
with you. You
Yeah.
know, Zack. But,
Oh, yeah.
you know, Jesse. So you're from Arkansas.
Yes.
First of all, before we get to your chase video here, because we have 3 different pieces of video, Oklahoma, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Mm-hmm. We tell the audience about, we hear you on TV all the time talking to us about what you see, because we can look at radar all day long and look and say, oh, there might be a tornado here, but it's so valuable to have a pair of eyes like yours on the ground telling us what's happening. How'd you get interested in weather?
So this was a long time ago, probably 10, 15 years ago. Yeah. I was sitting at home and we had a tornado warning and our weather radio was going crazy. And we had a funnel cloud go right over our house, and I went outside and actually watched it because I was terrified of storms before this. But I saw it and I realized that if I know what's going on, then I could actually kind of predict where it's going to go and, make myself safe and family, whatever.
When was this?
This was a long, long time ago. I couldn't tell you a date.
You can't be that old, Zack. I'm like, when you say a long time ago.
It was 10, 15 years, so I was probably, I was less than 10 years old, so.
Okay. So you're talking about maybe 2010 sometime, 2010, 2015?
Somewhere.
I'm trying to think of tornado events.
Because
I bet you it was 2011?
Probably. It was somewhere.
Was it the one that hit the Little Rock Air Force Base?
Yeah, it would make sense if that was the case because I live pretty near, pretty close to there.
So that's what got you interested in meteorology, and so you're doing Mississippi State to become a meteorologist.
I am. I've got about half a year left.
Mm-hmm.
So next spring should be whenever I graduate. Hopefully.
4.0, right, Zack?
I would say that.
Hey,
but I'm passing.
Hey, my motto in college was 2.0, watch me go.
C's get degrees.
Say that again?
C's get degrees.
C's get degrees too. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But I give you an A+ for your ability to storm chase, and you took it up a notch, I guess, during this off season with your truck.
I did, definitely. Got a Starlink put on there, a light bar, just so nobody rear ends me whenever I'm, parked on the side of the road waiting for a storm. So there's that. I also got an anemometer put on pretty recently. So around December, I got it put on. Rain gauge, it's kind of useless whenever you're driving in a storm. You're going to always get rain. But the anemometer I really use whenever I'm parked. But it also has temperature sensor, dew point, all those things. So if I'm ever out like in the field or something and we want to know like the moisture or whatever, that's what I use, and it works phenomenal. Okay.
And now you got Starlink on there, because every time we talked to Zack, it seemed like we had some sort of dropout in the video or something like that.
Horrible.
At such a crucial time too, because we would have I remember the one in Cabot. And you were okay,
dude.
There's the look right there.
Oh,
There's
was so frustrating.
Yeah,
that was so frustrating.
Do we want to show that piece of video first?
Yeah, we can, because I sent that.
Let's set the stage here, because this was Easter Sunday.
Yes, Easter Sunday
of this year in Cabot, and it was a tornado. It touched down.
Oh yeah,
and we had it live, sort of, with you on the phone.
Yeah,
it was a little frustrating because for some reason, whenever there's a tornado, the signal is really tough to get.
Yeah, and I didn't have a Starlink at that point. And immediately after that chase, I got home and I pressed order. I paid for it. I was biting the bullet.
And the hail protection too.
Oh yeah,
you got it, because I didn't even think about that.
I went to Iowa before I got the hail protector.
The rain? This one's the one in the rain, right?
This is yeah, I think so. That's Kate, and we're gonna have. You know what? You're gonna be in my next issue or my next episode.
Yeah,
okay, that's the one. All right, so this is the one in Cabot.
Yeah, this one was crazy. This was as I had already driven away at one point before this, and I think it was at this point I told you, "Hey, do you all still have the stream?" And you said, "No, it's down." And I said, "Dang it,"
because it's right there.
And you said, "You're still live," and I was like, "I know, I'm just mad."
Yeah, I know, I could tell. And I think we lost you at one point.
Yeah, because I told you, I said.
Well, first of all, tell me what we're looking at here.
So that's a full tornado, like probably 200, 300 yards. After I went back and looked at the damage survey, I realized that the wind field was actually wider than what it looks like right there. So technically I was in it. I got hit with a 60, 70 mile an hour wind gust. That's what it read on the anemometer.
And you were parked, so that was very accurate. Mm-hmm. So, and did you see any debris flying on that?
Oh, yeah, you can see debris flying everywhere. There was some that just crossed by before.
Yeah, now you can really see the motion there.
Oh yeah, if you back it up a little bit, there is some points where you see plenty of debris flying over.
Yeah, and so what highway are you on here?
Highway 5.
Highway 5, and which way are you looking?
That would be looking north.
Okay, Highway 5 looking north. That makes sense there. And this was just northwest of Cabot?
Yes, and I was absolutely terrified because you see those power lines. They were shaking a little bit, and I was...
Yeah, parked right underneath them. Way to go, Zach.
Yeah, I know. That was the last thing on my mind right now.
Yeah.
It should have been one of the top things, but you could see the rain coming back behind it right there.
Yeah, tremendous motion. What was this rated? There were so many tornadoes.
EF1.
That was an EF1? Mm-hmm. What kind of? There were no injuries in that, were there?
No, there were no injuries. I did go check on some houses that did get hit. There was a mobile home split in half by a tree, and I do have a picture of that somewhere. But yeah, it wasn't as strong as I thought it was.
It looked stronger. That's why we can never rate tornadoes by their appearance. You can never judge a book by its cover, is what I like to say.
I will say that before this video, before I actually got good video, I was parked in that parking lot of the Dollar General, and there were people like looking outside, and I was like, "Y'all need to go inside because there's a tornado coming right at y'all right now." Mm-hmm. But before this, there were subvortices. Like you could tell, it was a lot stronger at one point out in the field.
So it was a multi-vortex.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, for a minute, but at this point, it really wasn't. It was all just one big blob of wind, I guess. That's
or as Scott would put it, one big bag of wind.
Yeah, there it is.
We need T-shirts that say that.
We really do.
All right, so that was one chase. Yeah. And how many tornadoes have you seen in your career?
17, 18, because I'm 17 or 18, because last Tuesday we had a chase, and we have no idea if it was a tornado or not.
That's right. You sent us a picture of that.
Yeah.
And where in Oklahoma was that? I can't remember exactly where.
Stillwell. It's like 15 minutes west of pretty much. Just of the border of Arkansas. So
so it's in northeast Oklahoma. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I remember that one.
Just nothing but mountains. There was no connection, even with the Starlink.
Really? How did you not get connection with Starlink?
Canopies of trees. We were going through mountains. I mean, once we got out of the trees, it was fine. But before that,
I guess you have to do you have to have it facing south?
No, it just has to be clear skies.
Clear skies.
Once you get under a tall thunderstorm, sometimes it'll cut out, but it's not really like.
It's not bad.
No.
Okay, because I'm looking forward to, but not looking forward to the next tornado. I don't want any.
No.
But obviously, it'll be interesting to see how the Starlink plays out with that.
Yeah, in one of the videos you'll see here in a second, we were right under the tallest part of the storm. And no internet connection problems at all. We were in the middle of nowhere. My friend who was with me, he had zero connection on his phone until he connected to the Starlink and everything. And
where was this?
Western Oklahoma, near Arnett. The tornado thankfully dissipated before it hit town. But we also were about 15 minutes east of Higgins, Texas. Mm-hmm. So we were right next to the Texas-Oklahoma border.
This is the Panhandle? Near the Panhandle?
It's just south of there.
Okay.
Of the Texas Panhandle, it was just east of there, yes. But
okay.
The Oklahoma Panhandle, we were Panhandle. We were a little bit south.
Okay, so that's the next. That's it right
That-
there. Good call. Well, you had a 50-50 chance, Kate. So
Yeah.
but that's okay. So that is obvious, and this is the thing people don't think quite understand. You think tornado a connection all the way down to the ground, and that's not always the case. Where the condensation funnel
Right.
is fully matured, and if you were to look at this from a distance, and you may have trees obscuring the horizon where you see the rotation on the ground, you may think, oh, it's not on the ground.
Yeah.
But obviously, that is on the ground. The condensation funnel just hasn't really formed. But go ahead and talk to us about this one.
So this storm put down 4 tornadoes that I remember. It was either 4 or 5. They all recycled and came back, all different shapes. This was the second of the 4. The first one was anticyclonic, which means it's just spinning the other way.
So you saw an anticyclonic tornado.
Yes, and it was very strong. I can't remember if the Doppler on wheels, I can't remember if it actually recorded wind speeds of the anticyclonic tornado, but it was not weak.
What is it? 1% of all tornadoes are anticyclonic?
I believe so, but it was incredible. It was beautiful. It was a long, skinny rope, and we saw some rotation on the ground at one point, and we were like, oh, it's a gust-nado, and we didn't think anything of it. And then my friend, or my buddy Andrew, he's sitting in the passenger seat, and he looks up, and he goes, dude, that's connected. And you could see just a little tiny, it was so hard to see, just a little funnel. But this right here, that was unbelievable.
Well, look how high up that base is. That's another thing that caught my eye.
There's no wall cloud at all.
Okay. I would assume that that's the wall cloud it's coming out of.
No, that's just the base of the tornado, or of the mesocyclone.
Gosh, that's why chasing out in Oklahoma and those planes, you see so much and different things. But I don't even know what the rating of that would be. Do you?
That one was EF2.
Okay.
EF2 or EF3. I'm pretty sure it's EF2 because it didn't hit much.
And you see all the dust on the ground. Did you see anything get hit by it?
Yes. In a different video, there may have been in that right there. I'm not too sure. But there was a shed that got obliterated.
Right.
I mean, it just exploded.
Okay.
But yeah, like 10 minutes before this, there was a wall cloud, and my anemometer on the truck, we were literally right under the wall cloud waiting for this thing to form. And I guess a tree branch decided to snap my anemometer. Kept the wire intact, thankfully.
Wow.
So I didn't have to buy a new one. But I was sitting there, and you just kept hearing ting, 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 like in the truck. And I was like, "What is that noise?" And I look in the rearview mirror, and it's just slapping the side of my truck. And I'm like, "Oh no, that's not good."
How many miles have you put on that truck?
Too many. That's too many. This chase alone, we put probably 2,000.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Scott about, the miles and the gas that you guys spend on these trips.
It's not fun.
But we're going to take a brief break here, and what I want to talk about coming up in just a little bit about what I call storm chaser convergence out in the plains, and the sheer magnitude of the number of chasers that are out there, and some good, some bad. And we have one other piece of video that we're going to show.
Yes.
Okay.
Mississippi
tornado, and this was the day after the March 14th outbreak here, right?
Yes, that was Diaz. Was it?
That was the Diaz. All the Northeast Arkansas tornadoes. It was very bad up there. But we're going to get into that coming up in just a little bit. So stay with us for Too Twisted for TV. Zack Hardcastle. Welcome back to Too Twisted for TV. Zack Hardcastle is our guest from Cabot, Arkansas. Storm chaser, meteorology student. How old are you again?
22.
22 years old, and he has seen 18
somewhere
tornadoes.
In there.
That's, gosh, I'm trying to think when I was storm chasing out in Oklahoma, when I was a student out there, I think I saw 1 or 2 tornadoes. I saw 2 tornadoes. The one that hit me, I'll count.
Oh.
The reason why I say that is because I didn't see it coming. That's a whole nother story, which I should share, but this episode is about you.
Oh, yeah.
If we have some time, I might get to that. So we know that Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Joel Young calls it the Pi Day tornado.
Yes.
Because it was on March 14th. And so the next day, as is always the case, well, not always, but typically the case, just a little east gets hit. Mm-hmm. This was Mississippi.
Yes, it was a high risk So
Okay.
we got a moderate risk on the 14th for Northeast Arkansas and other areas up north. But down there, they got a high risk, and it was supposed to be way worse than what it actually was. There were multiple people saying it was an April 27th type day, just the parameters and everything like that.
But this is what you saw 4 that day?
We saw 4, yes, in Mississippi, and that's hard.
Just to see 1 in Mississippi is incredible to begin with, because it's the chase terrain is so difficult with the trees, the hills, and the moisture levels that are so high. But what are we looking at here?
So the camera is not exactly in the right spot. There's the tornado right there. You can see it. It's kind of contrasted. It expands very, very big here in a minute. But the reason the camera's shaking around is because I'm trying to stop people from driving straight into this thing. And in the video, you can hear a mobile home in the distance literally imploding, like everything lifting up all at once and just scattering debris everywhere. But yeah, that was about at this moment. But you can see it behind the trees a little bit, a little further. Yeah, you can see that I got that car to turn around finally.
Well,
but
they did the right thing. They're turning around.
Just to the left, there is a semi. I'm pretty sure we got to stop and block traffic for us.
Okay. What town again did I miss in Mississippi?
Seminary, Mississippi.
I'm not familiar with Mississippi.
It's just west of Bassfield, I believe.
Okay. Still lost, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's southeast of Jackson.
Okay, now I know. Okay, southeast of Jackson. So okay.
You can see how clear it is right there. That's what we call a clear slot. And look, there's the tornado right there. Look how big
that is. Now I can tell the rotation and how that's a wedge, basically.
Oh yeah, it was massive. And thankfully it.
Okay,
died.
who's getting video and telling people not to go down that road?
Yeah, so that's the chaser convergence you were talking about.
Yeah, we're going to get to that here in just a little bit.
Yeah, one of those is one of my friends, Andrew Justin. He's a meteorology student.
Is this the guy that's always in the car? Not always,
yes.
but a lot of times that I'm talking to. Okay.
Yeah, he's actually a degreed meteorologist. He's got his master's, and he's still kind of working towards his PhD, but I'm not sure about that.
Does he live here in Arkansas too?
No, he lives in Norman.
Okay, Norman. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that it's crossing the road right now, and you can see the power flash right there. It died out right on the road, thankfully, before it went into the town. But there it is. Yeah,
I see the power flash there.
Yeah, the clear air that's wrapping around that, we call that a clear slot, and it is. It's just basically showing like there's just clear air coming through. It helped us out a lot to where we could actually see it, but. Yeah, we drove down there where that just crossed thinking we were going to see catastrophe, but there was nothing at all. There was no trees down, anything. So it was a big surprise.
I guess it did all its damage further behind.
It was
back to the left.
It was a lot stronger. I think it got rated EF3.
Okay.
But we did see another tornado that day, which was rated EF4.
Okay, so you did see the EF4. That was, again, March 14th, and I'm thinking here the storm chasers, it's typically you get a lot of them out in the plains. But I guess the volume is increasing the further east now.
Yeah, so I've heard people say it's a new tornado alley, which it's always been.
Dixie Alley is what some may refer to it as. That's what I've always grown up hearing.
Yeah, the Dixie Alley thing I like way better because we don't have one tornado season. We have multiple. So we have like during the spring, we even get some during the winter, and the fall is when severe season starts to ramp back up, which I know you know that because you're on TV talking about it all the time. And,
I wonder what it's like to be out and about during a tornado because I don't even know.
It's fun until it hits something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you're running up adrenaline
that's absolutely.
You got to crash after these chases.
It's very hard to drive back home whenever you're very far away. We drove to Iowa earlier this year, and saw.
What did you see? Okay, I knew I was going to hit a soft spot there.
Yeah, we saw absolutely nothing. We drove to western Kansas the day before. Drove to Topeka that night. Stayed there. Got like a good 5 hours of sleep, maybe, and then next thing you know, we're driving an hour south of the Minnesota border up in northern Iowa and see nothing, maybe a couple of raindrops, a lightning bolt or two. Then we drove home. And
how many miles was that, Zach?
I'm over 3,000, because we did a lot of driving back and forth between areas to try and find a good spot.
Kate, the look on Kate's face is like, her eyes got wide.
I will say it was pretty cool to experience Iowa for the first time, even though it was terrible. But we were sitting in the middle of a cornfield getting hit with 60-mile-an-hour non-thunderstorm wind gusts.
Yeah.
That low-level jet was cranking that day. And as soon as you step out of the car, the door shuts right back on you, and you're getting sandblasted. It was bad.
It's corn stalks bending over, snapping.
Oh, yeah. My truck was so dirty that day.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you're, going to be chasing with us with Starlink coming up. Hopefully nothing happens. I just don't, nobody wants to see tornadoes, but we know it's a reality here in Arkansas. But you're going to be chasing for us with Starlink. We're going to hopefully get that video issue solved.
You will.
All right. So what's next for Zack Hardcastle? I mean, obviously you're getting your degree.
Yeah. Hoping to get a meteorology job with Walmart. That is,
really? Yeah. They've got a huge meteorological operations center.
It's insane.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it, and my goodness, I mean, how many more monitors? I guess they have an endless supply of monitors that they can get. But have you been there?
No, I did get in touch with one of the people up there, and they did tell me they were going to schedule a tour date for me to go up there. So I'm hoping to be able to do that.
Well, you're still going to chase for us, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. We wish you
no doubt about that.
Nothing but the best. While we're looking at this, I'll tell you my story about when I was hit by a tornado. Storm. My story, storm chasing. It was back in 1996, April. And remember, these chasers nowadays, you guys have it so good.
We do.
Because you've got internet almost anywhere. And if you don't, now you've got Starlink.
Yep.
The navigation you have. When I chased, there were cell phones. Not everyone had one. And if you did, you were charged per minute, and you would have roaming charges, which were crazy, ridiculously high. And we had foldable maps, and the only thing we had was a NOAA weather radio to tell us what's going on. If we were lucky enough, we would use our cell phone to contact somebody back in the lab at school to tell us what's going on radar. Yeah. Well, that day we were in southwest Oklahoma, and there was a tornado warning on the storm that we were on, and there was a wall cloud. We saw the wall cloud, saw some motion, but then it dissipated. And I thought, well, that's over with. Little did I know that it reformed another wall cloud right on top of us. And, of course, when you're driving down the road, you're not looking up like this.
No,
you're looking out like that.
Been there before.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. So I look to my right. I'm just driving down the road, and I look to the right, and there's a field. This was in April. There was a field, and I don't think anything had been planted, or if they did, it was not up. But anyway, it was just dust. And I saw all this dust coming up and circulating, going up, and it was vigorous. And I screamed, "Tornado!" Slammed on my brakes, put my head down, my ears popped. Hit the car and took my car, which I was driving a 1982 Nissan Maxima. Okay, it was Datsun. I think it was a Datsun Maxima. It was in that transition. You don't know what Datsun is, do you?
That's before me.
I'm old. So anyway, and it pushed the car to the side of the road into the ditch.
Oh, dude.
And it stopped. And me and my chase partner, we look up, and there it goes off in the field on the other side of the road. And we both looked at each other like, did that just happen?
Yeah, I would have needed a new change of pants after that.
You said it, I did.
Yeah, that's bad.
But it gets even worse than that, okay? We had checked out because we didn't have phones, We didn't have, where we could just pull them up and record things. We had checked out a camcorder from the University of Oklahoma journalism department, the broadcasting department. And he had it in his hand and never hit record.
No.
So
what you're saying is this didn't happen. You're just making it up.
Technically, yes, you could say that. But later that day, we're on I-35, and there's another supercell that forms. and we're in Purcell, and I think it was Purcell or Pauls Valley, and we look, and there's a huge bell-shaped wall cloud, beautiful, just something you see out of a textbook.
Yeah.
It put down a tornado, and we saw that. It picked back up, and it was just moving so quickly, and it hit Van Buren, Arkansas. That was the one that hit Van Buren, downtown Van Buren, Arkansas.
Wow.
That supercell. And I saw that when it put out its first tornado. But anyway, that's my story.
Well, that's a really good story.
It.
I mean,
All right.
that's crazy.
Zach, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Would you do me a favor? Mm-hmm. I want Jesse Hayes on this show.
Oh, I'll get him.
And if you know Jesse Hayes, please tell Jesse he's the next guest, whether he likes it or not. He's going to be the next guest on Too Twisted for TV. All right?
I'll give him a call.
Give him a call. I don't know what. He lives in Russellville. He's a very busy person. So, all right.
I'll just drive up there and get him.
There you go. Thank you so much, Zach.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for everything you do for us and for the viewers, letting us know what's happening with these storms.
Of course.
All right. That's Too Twisted for TV, episode 4 or 5, I think. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your evening.